Okay, I've been meaning to do a review. Actually, I want to review several things, but I'm going to review this Dyson handheld cordless. We've had it for almost 2 years now, and this is my thoughts on it in case you were looking to spend a lot of money. You know, we actually, I forgot how much we got it for, but anyway, these things are several $100 brand new. You know, several hundred, depending on which version you buy. And there's newer versions out now, and you can tell the difference because the canister isn't vertical like this. Hopefully you can see this. It's not vertical, it's more horizontal. Sorry, I'm completely unprepared. I should be executed at dawn. Let me get the most important piece out of the way first. This aluminum tube. Yeah, it's an aluminum tube. It, you know, there's nothing to say about it. The attachments here where you release it are all still good and tight. There's nothing wrong with this. It fits, you know, it fits together fairly well. You know, for 2 years of use, and we use this quite often, you know, I'll give that a good. Pretty solid. I mean, it's got a little dent here and there. I don't know if it show up on the video. Not a problem. This isn't a problem. Where should I start? Well, I guess let me show you 2 years worth of wear and tear. It's time for a new head. It's probably been time for a new head for a month or two now. I also, though, you can do yourself a favor by prolonging this, by taking this apart, really cleaning it good. If you have an air compressor, get in there, and because the dirt builds up on this little shelf or area back here, but this thing is starting to it's not smooth rotating. It's because the plastic is wearing away, it's starting to jump around, which doesn't mean it doesn't stay on the floor or the carpet and pick stuff up. It just sort of jumps around. So, and I'll give you a closer example of what I'm talking about. Sorry if the mic makes noises while I'm moving it. Let me see if I can see this here. That's good. So, and these screws are tight. These are the wheels it sort of rolls on. Do you see how loose they are? Well, you can't tighten those. And it's just from, if you see, I don't know, hopefully you can see. See how the screw holds this plastic piece, and it's supposed to tighten down on this wheel, but you can see from wear, from use, that there's just, and this makes it so it doesn't roll that good. And then you combine that with the fact that this thing flutters. The head is shot, and I can't be sure. The last time I looked, I think these were $100, at least $100. So, oh, and you can see that there. That's completely loose. All I can do is go off of older vacuum cleaners and uprights that I've had. Given the price point of this, do I think this head should last, this whole vacuum system, given the price point of 3, 4, or 5, depending on what you get, hundreds of dollars, do I think this should last longer? Absolutely. I mean, I'm sorry, the vacuum head should last longer than barely 2 years. Maybe if they made these out of stronger plastic, you know. So there's issue number one. I'm going to go ahead and point out the suction of this thing is legit. So you'll see a lot of people complaining online that it lasts 7 minutes. That's only partially true. You've got regular suction and then high suction on max suction. On max suction, this thing will suck, you know, a beach ball through a garden hose. It's legit, but it only lasts about 7 minutes. when you have it on the regular setting, it still says high suction, but whatever. This will do our 1,800 square foot house. It will cover that. So, you know, I don't see that as really a problem. I think it's okay. So that's good. And like I said, the battery's 2 years old, and I haven't really noticed any drop off in performance in the length of charge and the time I get out of it. So there you go. Problems. Now, I'm going to explain what happened, and this is up to you. You can judge whether you think this is acceptable or not. I kind of don't. Issue number one. When it's constructed like this, put together with that in the end, you sort of lean it up against something, like that, just when you're moving things or whatever. And one time we did that, and it slid down and just sort of fell, which resulted in this crack all the way down here. There used to be a finger guard here, plastic piece that broke off. So it's pretty severe. I glued it. I don't feel, and I think this is ABS plastic. It's not glass fiber reinforced. It's kind of cheap. Again, if this was $150, whatever. Okay, I'd say okay. But for the price point, I just think you should be able to, don't get me wrong, I don't think you should be able to drop it off of a 2-story house, but just falling over because you stood it up to, I think that's something that should be accounted for. Like, probably reasonable that once or twice it'll fall over. Also what happened is, and this wasn't at the same time, oh my God, when you pull this, there's a little plastic piece that goes down here, and it opens the bottom of the canister so you can empty it. The latch broke, so it just flops open, so you have to use a piece of tape to hold it. So it just after 2 years, when you put it together, it's just creaky and loose. All the fittings are loose on it. The suction is still good. So the drivetrain, so to speak, and the power are still good. For me, at least mine, and we use it quite a bit, like I said. But all the ancillary parts, which you still need for this thing to run, are shot. Now the dilemma I face is, do I go spend $100 or whatever it is now on a new one of these, but worry about that crack reforming or things getting more loose, and then it crapping out soon, or should I, if they just made this like one step up more durable, then I think you'd get a lot more time out of it. And I think you should for the price they're asking. Again, if it was $150, I could see it lasting 2 years of hard use. I don't mean hard by picking up a bunch of just use. For the floors, just normal use, not like big clumps of stuff or just regular use. So I'm going to just, and then, some people talk about the canister size. The canister size is quite small, but again, usually I can get through the whole house with just, cat hair, dust, your normal wear, your normal stuff. So it is small. I don't find myself having to empty it 2 or 3 times just during a one house vacuum. You might. So that is my kind of mini review on this. Would I buy it again? If you could find it like on a sale for $200, like a $199, if you can get a refurbished one, because they go through those. They're basically good as new. A couple $100, sure. The price that they are new, that's a hard one for me to endorse. And then, you get into the whole conspiracy of planned obsolescence. They kind of do this on purpose so that you'll have to buy a new one after HEPA filter. This is washable, so that's nice. Is it the conspiracy that they kind of do this so that you have to buy a new one every couple of years? maybe I'm cynical. I kind of believe that's true. Well, I know with certain things it is true, so I'm going to guess with most of these big businesses and they just don't make things to last anymore because it's all about profits today. So there it is. I've showed you what I've showed you. You decide.